everyone, and welcome to which will probably be the first episode of Desi Diaries.
Hopefully.
My name is Niha, and
I'm Dristy.
I'm so this episode will mainly just be introducing ourselves and just kind of be talking about what we've done in the past few weeks. Do you want to go first, or should I?
You can go first. What did you do over it's festival season at the moment?
Yeah,
Autumn is my favorite time of year.
I love it.
It's grim outside, but like in terms of like festivals, it's like the best time. I'm not talking about like festivals in terms of like Coachella. I'm talking about festivals in terms of
Celebrations.
Like, celebrations, yeah.
But before we get into that, I'm Niha. I am from London, born and raised in the UK. But my family are all from India. I have been working at a video games company as a programmer. And that's really it for me. Like, who am I wise?
Right.
Do you want to say who you are quickly? Or,
Yes.
like, what you do and stuff?
Yeah. So I'm Dristy and I have not been born here. I was born in India, but I moved here when I was 4 years old. So I've lived here practically my entire life. And I work as a research assistant at the Institute of Cancer Research in London. So a very traditional,
Smart.
scientific route.
Very smart stuff, though.
Yeah, but like
Smart.
I feel like I don't understand anything that you do, just how you probably don't understand what I do.
That's true.
To be fair, I don't even know what I do sometimes, so it's debatable how smart I am.
I mean, you could say the same. I could say the same for my stuff. I've been, fuck. I've just been so confused. Because
Talk about work. We don't talk about work on this channel.
hey, festivals.
Yes.
I did stuff for Halloween because
Yeah.
we're in Halloween, Diwali, and then Christmas.
Oh,
kind
Christmas.
of air time.
I can't believe we're already in November. Like, Christmas is literally a month and a bit away. Like, that is insane.
It's gonna be 2023 in like a few months.
I know, but the way I think about it is like in January, I had a different job.
Oh, that's true.
And
yeah.
it's like so much has happened. Like, it doesn't feel like this year has gone so quickly.
Mm.
And I don't know. It's gone so quick.
We're gonna be 23.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like until I hit 25 I'm alright. I feel like 25 is when I'm like, oh damn.
I'm
like,
old.
Now I need to like get my shit together,
It's fine. A few years. You still have a few years. But yeah, I didn't do much besides I went to Bath Uni.
Yeah.
I told you roughly. And got drunk.
Nice. That's the plan. That's what you want.
I went to Bath Uni for 3 days, 2 days. I don't remember.
That's how bad it was there.
Oh god.
Is that how drunk you got? You don't remember the days you were there?
Every time I've been to Bath University, because I have a friend who goes there,
Yeah.
so I go visit him every now and then, especially during Halloween or his birthday. And
Yeah.
it'll be a big group of us. This time it was only me and him.
Right.
So we got pissed.
Nice.
Because it was his friend who was holding a party. I was anxious as hell, so I was like, all right, I'm just gonna drink until the anxiousness goes away.
Yeah. Nice.
So I went. The first day we did nothing. Besides play video games.
That's still fun.
Yeah.
Still something. It's not like nothing as in you don't do anything at all.
Something I could have done from home as well.
Fair enough. But it's better in person.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So we played video games. I went to a rum bar, which was really cool. They had really cool fancy rum.
Interesting.
Which was nice. And then the next day we went heavy on the drinking.
So now the rum bar wasn't heavy enough.
That was the first night I was there.
Fair enough.
And then second night we tried to convince one of my friends from Manchester to drive all the way down to Bath. Not drive, take a 4-hour train journey to Bath.
Oh my god, no. I hate train journeys that are not in London. It's actually really bad.
It took me 2 hours to get to Bath from my house.
The first time I took a train from London to anywhere that is not London was when I went to this conference for work. And the journey, I actually wanted to cry.
That was recently, yeah.
It was recently. It was in October, and I actually wanted to cry. Like, it was so bad. It's really bad because like someone actually, like, from what I heard, someone fell or someone was like pushed onto the train tracks, or like maybe they attempted something, I don't know. but you know, the trains were all cancelled.
Yeah,
And it was so annoying because it was literally, so it was from King's Cross to Stevenage, and I was at Stevenage.
I have a friend who lives in Stevenage.
Yeah, but it's like
Tangent, but yeah.
if that train had just got to Stevenage, I would have been okay.
Yeah.
But it was just at that moment in time, and I was like, oh my god. And then so I didn't get. So then I had to go from Stevenage to Peterborough, Peterborough to then where did I go to? Oh my god, I went to Harrogate, which is like near Leeds.
Yeah, far.
Yeah, you know, it's like actually north. So it's not like just anything above London is north. No, this is like north. But no, so yeah, so I ended up going to Leeds, and then the train from Leeds to Harrogate was delayed because it broke down.
Honestly, if it's not a direct train, good luck getting anywhere. Because I was lucky. I had a direct train to Bath. Every time I've gone to uni, like up near Manchester, it was a direct train to my uni.
But it's really frustrating because I could have got a direct train. there was a direct train from King's Cross that my colleagues took.
Yeah.
And they were able to get to Harrogate straight, and I was stuck in Stevenage when they were on the train, and I was like, why did that option not come up for me when I searched for these train tickets?
It might have just been timing.
No, I think it's because I was taking a train from a different station.
Oh, that's also true.
So they were like, so I think the journey planner was like, well, why would you go to King's Cross when you can just go to Stevenage instead? And I'm like, because I can get a direct train from King's Cross.
Yeah, I whenever I've planned a cross country journey, I make sure to find out if there is a direct train and where I can get it from.
It's really funny. I have a friend who was who's going to East Anglia, University of East Anglia, and I was like, you know what, my conference is for 4 days. Meet me there. The weekend we can spend in Harrogate or Leeds or wherever. Yeah. And she like looked up train tickets.
Yeah.
And she got the direct one from King's Cross. So how is someone who is in East Anglia getting a direct train from King's Cross, but someone who's in London doesn't?
No idea. Stuff like that happens though. Like I was looking at for me to go to Bath, it was like 60 quid there and back. Return.
Right.
Yeah. My friend from Manchester, it was 60 quid for her as well. She had a 4-hour journey. I had a 2-hour journey.
You should have half the price, half the time.
Yeah.
No, I guess it's because you're in London, so you get the little London price. Oh, it's so expensive. It's so expensive. I feel like living in the country. Talk about spoons, right? Just talk about spoons prices in the country. When I went to university in Guildford, right?
Yeah.
And the spoons prices there, again, they weren't ridiculously high. But I had friends from the north.
Oh yeah, and it's
who came down. They're like, "This is so expensive," and I'm like, "This is so cheap," because like compared to London.
When you came up to my uni in Staffs,
right,
Staffordshire, which is like between Manchester and Birmingham. For those of you who don't know, the when we went out, it wasn't expensive. Like even the water park and stuff. Like tickets were 20 quid.
Yeah.
For an entire day at the water park.
I know.
And then alcohol was dirt cheap as well. If we had gone out to the nightclub as well, it would have been £10 to get in.
Right.
But the drinks inside were really cheap as well, like at the uni club.
No way. Well, I feel like university clubs are quite cheap. I mean, it's
when I went to Bath uni, it was cheap there as well. And Bath is posh.
Fair enough.
Like anything that's not London, is expensive.
Yeah, honestly.
Or like it's cheap. Sorry, other way around. Anything not London is cheap. So I had to pay for the bus. Besides that was fine.
Yeah.
So
what else did you do at Bath? Apart from, so that was day 2. You went to a rum bar, and the next day it was.
The next day was the party.
Right.
So we were supposed to get there for 7. Ended up getting there for 8. I had to help my friend get ready for drag, like in a full-on drag outfit.
Nice.
It was awesome. He did a brilliant job, honestly.
Nice.
He knew more about makeup than I did. I basically just sat there and watched him so he started doing makeup at around like 1 o'clock-ish.
At the night?
PM. 1 PM.
Okay.
1 PM. And it didn't finish until we had to leave. Like as we were leaving, I was trying to get the wig on him. Yeah, he spent hours. And it would be like he would put it on, rub it out, until he got it perfect. But he did a really fucking good job. It was brilliantly done.
Amazing. I don't think I could ever can't. It's so much effort. I feel like it's so much effort to do that.
Probably, but he really wanted to do it, and now he was like, I'm never doing it again.
Was that his costume then? For
yeah, so he'd been wanting. He already puts on small amounts of makeup anyway.
Right.
But he wanted to do like a full on drag thing, so he bought a dress for himself. He bought like 6-inch like wedges basically to put on. And he made sure to bring his trainers with him.
Yeah. Okay, good.
So he wore the trainers all the way there and then on the way back and stuff as well.
Yeah.
Because we had to walk to my friend's place or his friend's place.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was brilliant. He did a really good job. Nice. I had to get ready a last minute outfit because I didn't plan on going.
Yeah.
So the party was on the Sunday.
Right.
I got there on Saturday, only bought the tickets on Friday.
But you were like telling me that you were gonna go that weekend.
I told you on
for time.
I did, but it was like on and off. I wasn't 100% sure if I wanted to go because I didn't. It was really awkward for me because it was like I want to go, but I'm gonna know like 2 people at the party.
Yeah. Still better than none.
And there was like 30 people going.
Right, still better than none.
I know, but it was just in my head. I was just
think about the classroom, right? You only have 2 or 3 friends in the class, unless you're like the really popular kid that knows half the class, right?
It was just I just couldn't decide if I wanted to go or not go. And then on Friday I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna buy the tickets, and I can't change my mind
honestly, once you paid the price. That must have been really expensive.
60 quid.
Yeah.
To for there and back. But
maybe
anytime
that's
return.
Why.
Anytime return.
Okay. Oh, okay. Fair enough.
But yeah, did that, and then
what did you dress up as?
I dressed up as Waluigi.
How did you do that?
So I have like a navy blue kind of like petit four dress.
Right.
So that's kind of like supposed to be his dungarees.
Yeah.
And then I had a purple shirt, which was similar to the one I'm wearing now, but darker shade.
Wait, isn't Waluigi? Wait, no, Waluigi is the.
He's the purple one.
He's the purple one. I was thinking he's the short little chubby one.
He's. If I had, I think I could have dressed up as him as well. I have a yellow.
Yeah, because when you said blue, that's why I was like, maybe you would that one.
No,
who's that one? That's Wario. That's Wario.
Yeah. Waluigi's the tall purple one.
Yeah.
So yeah, I did that. I drew a mustache on my face with a eyeliner pen.
Nice.
And then I have a purple fedora, like a sparkly purple fedora that I wore.
Nice. You could have also been Robbie Rotten.
Yeah, someone did think I dressed up. Someone did ask me, am I dressed up as Robbie Rotten? And I'd have to be like, no, but that would have been a good.
Honestly, because that's how with the fedora. Because I feel like Waluigi's more a cap, whilst
I didn't have a
fedora
cap.
Is like what Robbie Rotten. That would have been a really good outfit next year.
Yeah.
Same outfit, different person.
Yeah, exactly the same look, just different person.
I don't think I've ever become creative for Halloween. My go-to outfit was literally just like devil horns and like a red top or something, or like a witch hat and a green top. That's like literally like my
something. This is the second time I've dressed up as Waluigi.
Right, but you've at least put thought into that.
No, it was a last minute outfit for both times. Like the only time I properly I think had a Halloween costume was when I went as an e-girl. Do you know what an e-girl is?
No, but I think you explained it to me once and I don't remember it.
So an e-girl, for you and anyone else who doesn't know who's listening, is it's a girl basically. Do you know what a pick-me is? A pick-me girl?
No.
Okay, so an e-girl is one of those internet girls who like talk in that ooh voice of like, you know, like the really high-pitched like I can't do the voice.
Right.
But it's
are they like super annoying then?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
And it's like what the typical like gamer girl type of all pink outfits, short outfits, like really short skirts, pink, and like their boobs are basically showing.
Right.
Kind of like pink hair, but like all pink hair.
Did you have a wig on or did you dye
it? This is why I have the pink. Oh, and then I liked it so much I was just like, I'm gonna keep it.
Okay, so you didn't do it full on, you only had the ends.
I'm too scared to bleach my roots. Yeah.
Oh, have you bleached the bottom?
Yeah.
It's not like
I had to bleach it. The pink won't stick otherwise.
Yeah.
But like I could probably find a picture for you what e-girl is.
I'm not gonna lie, when you first said eagle, I thought you meant like an eagle, like the bird.
No.
Oh.
Like a pick-me.
So like a Tumblr girl.
Yeah, but worse. Like, do you know who Bella Delphine is?
No, but her face looks very similar.
Yeah, so
Oh, very
that's Bella
familiar.
Delphine. Bella Delphine is like the top uwu e-girl kind of person.
Is it an act or are they actually like this?
I want to say it's an act, but I'm too scared. I have no idea, honestly.
The internet will come.
Like that's the classic uwu girl face, and it's disgusting. I hate it.
What is that? It looks like they're possessed.
Yeah, I
Why
wouldn't
do
be
they
surprised.
do that?
But there's like a really funny TikTok. I don't know if you've seen it of like the uwu girl kind of TikTok. I don't want to bother finding it right now because it'll take me ages. But it's just like a pink princess, like pick me girl, where it's like I only friends with the boys because it's less drama kind of thing. Have you heard of that?
Yeah, but I haven't heard. I don't think I know the TikTok that you're on about.
But... So it's like a very famous thing, being like a pick me girl is someone who's only friends with the guys because it's less drama. But then when another girl joins her group, she's like, ugh, I hate her kind of thing because she's just so much drama.
You know what that screams of?
What?
Insecurity. Yeah.
They're like, oh, I'm one of the guys, but they're clearly not, and all the guys hate them. But they can't get rid of her.
That's what I was gonna say. Why do they keep her?
They can't get rid of her. She just keeps coming back. Kind of person.
Right.
Oh, no. So that's the kind of person I dressed up as.
I feel really bad for those people. I feel so bad for them because, like, I don't know if I was them. Because I
would have just straight up told her, fuck off.
I'm a serial overthinker, right? So if I was her, I would overthink. Oh my god, are people just with me because of me, or like, are they gonna be with me if?
The thing is, those types of people are very narcissistic. They only care about themselves, and they just want to try and have all the attention, kind of thing. That's why they kind of have the whole thing of like, oh, I only hang out with the guys because they're less drama. That's like the classic line for it and stuff like that. It's like I don't like being all.
Did you say that when you were dressing up as one?
So for that party, that was like 2 years ago.
Oh, I think I know what happened at that party. I don't know if you want to say that on camera.
No, I'm just gonna say how like I got dressed and almost instantly got drunk.
Nice.
Because we had made this like really cool drink called Jungle Juice, where it's like blue carousel, vodka, and something else. I don't remember what it was in the drink, but it was.
If you can't remember what was in the drink, I don't think.
The only thing I remember is the blue carousel because I went to buy it.
Oh yeah, that's nice though.
Yeah, it's good shit. Really it's hard to find, but good shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, we made that drink, and I instantly had to down like 3 cups because we played Ring of Fire, and I've kept fucking up.
No.
And the more I drank, the more I fucked up.
That's the whole point.
Yeah. So.
Oh my god, have you ever played Spoons? Like,
I haven't played properly like the drinking game version of it. But...
Oh, it's so fun. It's so fun. I played it for the first time in my final year at uni. So bad. My final year, that's when I played Spoons. Most people play in their first year. No, it was so fun. It's so fun. And because obviously alcohol is a depressant, right? So it slows down your reflexes. And the whole point of Spoons is to like grab. You've got to grab, you know? So, like sometimes people would be just like, I'm just going to shot it. Like some people don't even bother.
That's what happened towards the end of like a party I went to where it was like we were playing games and stuff, and then towards the end of it people were just like, I give up, I don't want to think, I'll just try to take a shot. Just let me not think. That party I got very drunk at, and then my Duolingo went off on my phone being like, hey, you need to do your lesson, and I was just staring at it being like, I don't want to do this. So someone just took my phone from my hand and did the Duolingo lesson for me. They didn't know what I was learning, they didn't speak that language I was learning, stuff like that, but they managed to pass it, and I was like, well done, proud of you. You and your drunken ass.
So do you have to pass Duolingo?
So you have 5 hearts, and once all the hearts disappear, you fail the lesson, kind of thing. And you have to either
lose your streak if you
don't do it for a day. If you don't do it for a day and have no freezes,
right,
then you lose your streak. And I have like a 400-day streak.
Nice, you can't afford to lose that.
I hate the app because it teaches you. So the only languages I've learnt from that, or like from what I've learnt, the only languages that are decent to learn it on it are European languages.
Right. Have you seen that TikTok about someone who like was like, oh, this is how people talk if they learnt the language from Duolingo, and they literally just talk about like, oh, how to say, you know, I am dressed. I want a sock, or you know, how is your day today? Like it's so like robotic.
One of the first things Duolingo taught me was the ants pants.
What?
Exactly. And then I had to So I talked to my friend who speaks So it was Korean. I talked to a friend who speaks it fluently, learnt it at school and has a degree in Korean.
Oh damn. Okay.
Or is pursuing one and stuff like that.
Right.
I told her about it and she was like, "Oh, that's like an idiom."
A what?
An idiom. So it's like a.
Oh my god, this is my like lack of English.
How do I explain what an idiom is?
Shall we Google it?
Yeah, it'll be easier. It'll be Google smarter than me as well. Okay. You can bring the keyboard closer. Yeah. It makes like I love the sound.
Okay.
So an idiom, a group of words established by usage as having a meaning not deductible from those of
right.
The
so it's like a
words.
it's like a saying.
It's a saying. Yeah.
It's a saying. You guys could just say a saying.
Yeah. But she told me idiom because that's what they. Yeah, is an idiom in Korean, but it's not even the full idiom. That.
Oh right, it's half the idiom.
It's half.
So you get half the saying.
It's like, thanks, Duolingo, for telling me half of a saying or an idiom.
So what was what does it mean? Oh, okay.
I don't remember what it meant, but it's like it told me half of it, and it was just like, why? What usage am I ever gonna have of this? Like, it's not even conversational.
I mean, I guess if you're trying to like speak it fluently.
Yeah, but why teach? I'm like 3 trophies in, and Duolingo's like pants. Like, teach me the full thing if you're going to teach me it, not half of it.
Fair enough.
Like, there's some I do know, like some idioms I do know.
Yeah.
Like one idiom that I do know, I learnt from a song basically, which is like, a frog who, what was it like a frog in a well will die in its well or something like that, something similar to that.
That makes sense.
And it's like, for the frog, the whole world
is the well. Yeah.
Everything outside of it is unreachable, even though it's much bigger.
Yeah.
And it's usually describes like a person who only sees immediately.
Yeah. That makes sense. Like their world is very small.
Yeah. Like that's an idiom I know.
Yeah.
Pants. Maybe if I had known the entire idiom, then I would understand.
Oh my god! Talking about like languages. Recently on Instagram, because that's where I spend most of my life nowadays. I saw this reel. I don't know if it's true or not. It could be completely fake, and this guy was just promoting his music.
Okay.
But they said they were doing this like Japanese alphabet, and it sounds so nice. Like, obviously a lot of alphabets are like A B C D or like I don't know, ABCD if you're doing Spanish. But I feel like that's mostly just European languages.
Oh, it definitely is only European language.
Because like if you go into like the Hindi language, they have like A, I, U.
It's more sounds in non-European languages,
right?
Which I love. Yeah, it's so much easier to understand.
Yeah. Oh, and I think it sounds better as well. Like imagine. So I think the guy ended up then like making the Japanese alphabet into like an actual song.
Yeah,
and it was so cool. And I was like, I wonder if I could like find it and like play it, because it's actually really it sounds really aesthetic. Like it's so smooth. But yeah, like
it's why I want to learn non-European languages more than European languages.
I also think they're a lot harder to learn.
That's why I'm learning in a specific order.
Right.
Because I'm gonna try Korean first. Korean's so specifically like East Asian languages I really want to learn, just because I love East Asian culture and stuff like that. I like love K-dramas, K-anime and like animation and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I'm learning Korean first, and then I'm gonna do Japanese, and then Mandarin, and then kanji, I think it's called. Oh no, that's Japanese. The other Chinese language, Mandarin, Cantonese. Yeah, which is the less spoken language in China.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna learn it in that order because Chinese is very difficult to learn.
Yeah.
Like Cantonese is extremely difficult.
I've heard that Chinese is one of the harder, like, but also most of the world's population
speaks it, which is really cool.
And also like in terms of business, a lot of people people prefer to speak it in Chinese.
Yeah. Because I was looking at jobs and one of them was in Japan, and I was like, oh my god, I would love to go there. But one of the requirements, because it was perfect for me as well, I was like, I have all the qualifications that for that job. I just can't speak Japanese. And that was a required qualification.
No, Japan is like really, it's doing really well. Like even in terms of like biomedical research, they're like way ahead of their game, and it's so cool because like I would love to go there and work or study, but
same.
I cannot speak the language, and I also worry that I wouldn't be able to order food without knowing.
The thing is, I feel like a lot of people do speak English there, from what I've seen, from what I understand.
Yeah, but like most of these like research facilities, they're kind of, they're not in the city. So
yeah.
like you have like obviously you've got like the headquarters and stuff that are in the city, but the research facilities
yeah, won't be in the city.
There won't be, because obviously you need a large space, and you can't really do that if you're in like a crowded.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know, so even in London, like it's very rare. Like, so where I work, it's kind of in the country, like almost in the country.
Yeah.
You know, like GSK is in Hertfordshire, which is also, you know, the border of London. Like you can barely class. I feel like it's not even in London, is it? I mean, if anyone's from Hertfordshire, they're gonna take serious offense to this. But because like I have a friend who lives, like, again, she lives on the last tram, like not tram, the last like line on the tube line, and she's like, no, we're part of London. I'm like, you're zone 12. I don't even know zone 12 existed. You know. But yeah, so like London's split into zones.
I guess it's different for a video games company because all we need is computers.
Yeah. I guess you need office space, basically.
Office space is all we really need.
But yeah, so what did you, so you did Halloween. You had a really fun, I guess, weekend.
Yeah.
Halloween weekend. But then what about Diwali? Diwali was before.
So I didn't do anything.
No?
Fireworks at home, and that's about it. We didn't invite any family over this year. Or nothing like that, no. Yesterday my cousin brought family over, or friends over, I should say.
Nice.
And all of them had like a little party downstairs, and that's all about it.
Was that like a Diwali party, or was that just like a?
They had fireworks, so I'm assuming Diwali party.
I mean, it was also bonfire night last night.
That's true, bonfire night was that as well.
It could have also been that.
Either way, they did fireworks and then like watched movies and played some games downstairs, and that's what that was about it.
Nice.
I don't think I did anything else. You probably did more for Diwali than I did.
We did, but it was almost in the sense like we didn't have a lot of people over. We only had like another family friend.
Yeah.
Family over. But we kind of, so like the last year when we went to India, my mum bought a lot of like decorations and stuff.
Yeah.
And I love it. I don't care whether it's Diwali, whether it's Christmas, whether it's New Year's. I just love decorating the house. Yeah. Because I just think it looks so nice. So we've still got our Diwali decorations up, but it's just like they look so pretty. And yeah, so it was really nice to like just decorate, even if it was just like two families. Like the idea of like decorating the entire house, it was very nice. I feel like, I don't know if it's becoming too commercialized though, like festivals. Like it's the same thing with like Navratri. So Navratri is a festival where I think it's from Gujarat. Like most Gujaratis do it. Yeah. But you like get ready in traditional clothes, and every night for 9 nights.
It's the festival of dance, basically. Kind of.
I think, I don't actually know the
At least I was told it's festival of dance.
Well, it makes sense, but yeah, so you dance for 9 nights, and I feel like it's becoming a lot more commercialized, especially with like movies and stuff. So it's just become a routine dance, Garba. Yeah. But it's not, like, I don't know. I feel like the authenticity, that the traditionality of it is gone. Yeah. I don't know if traditionality is even a word. I think I might have just created that.
Everything's like that, isn't it, though, nowadays?
Like even Christmas. Like
Christmas has been fucking commercialized.
Yeah. Like I'm all for like cultures mixing and like taking part in it, you know.
It's like the whole thing. Did you know that Santa Claus originally was green? Yeah, until Coca-Cola. Yeah, Coca-Cola was like, no, we're making him red this year. Yeah, and then now he's just traditional.
And even Santa Claus is like a made-up person. It was mainly Saint Nicholas. Yeah. Yeah, Saint Nicholas, Santa Claus, the completely different name.
And it's the same for the Christmas tree tradition.
Christmas trees, I think Prince Philip bought them.
He bought them over from a different country.
Yeah, from, I think it was
Germany or something like that. And it was like a German tradition or something like that. And then he bought them over, and it became
a big thing here.
Big thing here and in America and stuff like that.
This is what I mean. It's like, I don't know. I'm all for like festivals and celebrations, but I don't know how far off we've gone from like the actual point.
Thing. Yeah. I don't know.
So
I've never been big into anything besides Halloween, really.
Halloween, even then, I feel like Halloween is completely like, now it's all about just drinking culture, you know. Like Halloween is just, you know, you dress up and drink, you know, and I'm all for that as well. You know, I am nothing against drinking. Yeah, but I also do like that little scare factor. You know, I look forward
I
to
love
Halloween movies, like proper scary, not like I say
the
really bad one.
movies.
But I'm talking about like, not. I hate thriller movies. So the ones where it's like, oh, you know, someone comes at you with a chainsaw. I hate them.
Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh, you Saw.
You know, I love them,
even The Purge. Like, I just find them a bit
Purge. We can debate about. Like, that's a whole thing. God, I
like,
love horror movies.
I love stuff like The Conjuring. You know, stuff that's paranormal. Something that's a bit more like that questions the other side. You know.
I just love bad horror movies though. They're my favorite things.
No, I need like a good horror movie.
I think it's because I don't know. I just really like the badness of it because then I can make fun of it. Like I watched what's the Jason movies?
What Jason movie?
Jason's a killer basically.
Okay.
So there's a game called Dead by Daylight, right? And it has a bunch of traditional like horror movie killers in it. So like the Ghostface, it has Jason. You don't know either of those?
No.
You might recognize Ghostface from how he looks.
If they're killers in the sense that like they're axe murderers or serial killers.
This from like
see that I would not like those movies because it's not actually horror. It's just
it's a person dressing up and scaring people.
Yeah, it's just scary. It's not like paranormal. I like more like the supernatural things. But yeah, I recognize him. He's from Scream, isn't he?
Yeah. So like me and my friends love the game Dead by Daylight, which has a bunch of these characters in it. Like not supernatural, all of them, but like it has a lot of like movie killers and stuff like that.
Right.
And we did a night of just binging their movies.
Okay.
Which was like technically it's supposed to be like 12 solid hours of movies.
Nice.
We only did like a handful of them.
Yeah.
And
all of quite a few Scream movies. There's sort of 5.
All of them were terrible. Every single movie we watched was absolutely horrible. And Chainsaw Massacre, 90% of it is just people running in the dark, and it's just hilarious because you'll be sitting there being like, "You idiot!"
Honestly,
kind of like, "Why are you doing that?" Like, I think it was Chainsaw Massacre. It has like a disabled guy in a wheelchair, right? And it's just the most stupidest thing because you see him wheeling about, and you're just like, "He's gonna fucking die." Like
you can just tell.
You can just tell because you can see the killer behind him, and it's just like, how do you not feel someone staring at you? Like, because it's human nature. You like to feel it.
Yeah.
You'll know if someone or something is staring at you. Like your fight or flight kicks in.
Yeah. But actually, you know, scientifically there are actually 3 responses. It's not actually flight or fight. There's also another one which is called freeze.
Yeah.
Now I didn't know about this. So we know people like when they're like, oh, you're a deer caught in headlights.
Yeah,
right?
That's the freeze.
Yeah, that is your freeze response. Like some people are just too shocked to move. And like I get it, like the freeze response, but like go, you need to move or you're gonna die. Like
see, in those situations, in my mind, I'm like, I'm gonna run. Because my initial reaction to everything like that is just get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out, run. Throw something so they trip over and run.
I don't know how I would react to horror. I feel like I would. Do you know when people like run down to the basement? No, do not do that. There is no exit in the basement.
It's like when they run up the damn stairs. Oh
no! You aim for the door.
Aim for the door.
You know,
because if you go upstairs,
you throw something at their head so they knock down, and then you run for the door.
Try and loop them is what my brain thinks, because that's what the big thing in Dead by Daylight is. Like you loop the killer, which is like so it'll be. Say there's like a building.
Right.
You want to go in and make sure the killer's following you in. Go upstairs, out on the roof, out a window, basically, and then kind of go back in through another window or jump off of it and just kind of keep looping the killer.
Down. Fair enough.
In that like circle, and then just lose them as you're looping.
Right.
So that's the whole thing of like.
Yeah, but surely that's like a game, right? So you've kind of.
Oh yeah, it's in a video game.
But I'm talking about in real life. Surely, if you're looping it, then the guy would probably realize that you're looping, and they just stop, and then you're going in.
That's what they do in the game. The killer will stop, like in the game, because it's an actual player playing the killer.
Right.
The player will like realize, oh, they're looping me, and they'll try and break that loop, but it's harder than it seems.
Okay.
Because you'll end up 90% of the time losing the person unless you're really good at the game.
Okay.
I can't say much about that game though because I'm very bad at the game and I play it like once every blue moon.
Okay.
So it just depends on how good you are. Because you can lose the killer, but if the killer's just that good, they can get you if you fuck up the loop. But yeah, my brain just instantly goes like, I would just start looping. I would throw things, make it difficult for them to kind of get me. and then run as fast as they can somewhere else.
Yeah. And the police just never seem to pick up the phone in these cases,
They cut the power line. Yeah.
Actually, it's really bad. Like they power line,
the
phone networks.
line.
Like, I'm sorry, we don't use
nowadays we have our phones.
But yeah, no, I actually read this like BBC News article the other day, and it was about this woman who had come here from Syria, Afghanistan. It was basically one of like the like war-torn countries, and she came here, and one of like when she went to college, she went to like learn English.
Yeah.
And some guy was harassing her in college, so they were like, okay, you know what, we'll marry you to someone, and then hopefully the guy would get off your back.
Yeah.
And she got married, she had a kid, and then something happened to the other guy that she was married to. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
But when she had the child, the other guy from college came back and was like, oh, marry me, like I'll take care of you and everything. But he was like super abusive.
Yeah.
You know, to the point that like he was hitting her and she was scared for her life, you know, and she ended up, getting killed by this guy because the police didn't answer the phone.
Yeah.
So she was like to them, she was like, I need protection now. She had a restraining order on him already.
Yeah.
No, but the restraining order was in the process of being approved. And she was like, I don't think I'm going to survive.
Yeah.
And the police just didn't show up. So I don't even know that if that was to happen to me, if the police, like, I don't even know if the police would show up or not anymore. Like,
it's, yeah.
Like, you read all of these stories about, like I used to trust the police a lot. I would be like, they're responsible for my safety and everything. But, like, lately, there's been so many cases of where police just haven't been...
present, or it's been too late and stuff like
that. Yeah, or, like, they, it's within the police department. Like, the whole case with Sarah Everard.
Yeah.
How can you trust that? How can you trust the police?
I think my view is slightly different, because I have a friend who works... Right. Like, a close friend who works as a police officer.
Yeah.
And, like, I talk to her about a lot of weird shit. And half my friends, they do a lot of, like... stuff. Just in general. I'm just gonna say stuff.
Yeah.
She doesn't care. But that's more of the fact. It was like, she's like, it's not harming anyone. They're the ones doing it. They're making sure that they're safe when doing anything like that. And like, they don't force it upon anyone. They, as long as it's not harming anyone, she's okay with it, kind of thing. The only time she's ever said she would get involved in stuff would be when it's like gonna physically hurt ourselves or someone else, or mentally hurt ourselves or someone else. So she's, I guess, like someone I trust, I guess, because I known her for so long and known like she's doing it out of care rather than a malicious intent kind of thing.
But as in, like, do you see, in that case it would be like, I trust that person as an individual, I don't trust the entire police network. You know, like, if something was to happen to me, do I trust the police to find the person? No.
I would,
if touch wood, my car was meant to get, stolen tomorrow, do I trust the police to find my car? No. Because I feel like it's just going to go into that massive pile of paperwork that I already have. My little, Corsa, no one's going to give a damn about it, So
the only way then to find anything would be to start lawsuits and stuff like that, I feel like, and just push the department to find it.
Yeah, I mean, you always get this case of, like, they're understaffed, they don't have people.
They really are, though.
Yeah, but then that's, everywhere is understaffed. My department is understaffed.
Did you know the police it's illegal for them to go on strike?
Really?
Yeah. It's my friend was talking about it to me, because we were talking about how it's really stupid. Talking about the bus strikes and train strikes.
Strikes. See, there's another one coming up. I think we talked about.
But she was just kind of popping in, being like, it's illegal for the police to go on a strike. To like for the Met specifically, for the Met to go on strike, because it would just break so many things if they do. So if any of them do go to strike, they would be jailed. Yeah, because like, who's gonna whenever there's a strike, the police are responsible policing.
Yeah. So if the police are to go on strike, who is responsible for them?
Yeah, that's why it's illegal for them to go on a strike. The more you know.
Well, then how do they fight for the right? Is there like a union? Is there like a police union?
I have no idea. I don't know how it works. I just know the police. I feel like it's different. Like the amount of hours my friend tells me she does, and the amount of overtime she accidentally ends up doing just because it'll be like on the way back to the office because she'll be patrolling and stuff like that, and then on the way back, at the end of her shift, she'll get a call in saying there's an emergency, you need to go.
I think at that point, what do you do? Say I'm going home. Like
you can't say that though.
Oh, you can't even say that.
You probably can, but it's morally
you can't. Your
I'm not
conscious
sure. Yeah,
can't.
I'm not sure how deep it goes, but like I feel like morally it will be like you're the closest one. That's why they called you.
Yeah.
They know that you're gonna be logging out soon or like going home.
Yeah.
But you're the closest one. It's an emergency.
Yeah.
As a police officer, you should expect stuff like that. I guess.
Yeah.
As any emergency, I feel like you should expect.
I feel like honestly, like I think that's the same with like any sort of
Doctors,
emergency services, like
ER people.
Yeah.
Or AR.
ER. It's ER.
Emergency.
So doctors, policemen, and I also firefighters. I think these are like the key.
They're key workers.
Like you need. They are key workers, but like they need.
Is expected to do.
They're expected to do more for their job, and I don't know. And this is why I don't do medicine, right? 2 reasons. One, because I cannot handle gore. You know, if I see like a beating heart, I will actually throw up. And secondly, the amount of hours that they work, you know, there's a really good book by this guy called Adam Kay, who used to be a doctor in the NHS, and he wrote a book called This Is Going to Hurt.
Yeah. And
he's also written like other books as well, but this book in particular is like a collection of all of his diary entries.
Yeah.
And you just read them and you're like, this is horrible. Like, this is actually horrible.
I feel like if I had the grades and the brain for it, I would have loved to be an ER doctor.
I can't. I literally, when I go into like, you know, when on the odd occasion I have to go into ER, just going into like, even the thought of, I've told my GP, do not send me to ER. I will wait 2 weeks for an appointment. Do not send me to ER because it's just so long. Oh, bless you. But like, yeah, the amount of times that you see them running around, you see them like,
I feel like
there's like one person in charge. You know, how can you have one person for like 50 people? It's so much.
I would like it in the fact of like, I want the gratification of helping and stuff like that, as well as like, I feel like it would keep me on my toes. It would like constantly have my brain going.
Yeah.
Compared to what I do now, there's been points where I'm just kind of like I'm so tired of just doing tedious stuff.
Yeah.
I want something a bit more exciting. Yeah. Like, it's weird to say that I want something exciting.
You're like, literally working. Well, you know, it is. A lot of doctors work or they choose ER because of that high paced.
Yeah.
You know, it keeps them on their toes, and
I would like that.
Yeah.
Because mine is a 9 to 5 office job.
Yeah.
To simplify it.
Yeah. Same here.
it just gets so boring. Like, yes, I'm doing something really cool. Making a game isn't boring, I would say. But it's just the amount of time I'm just sitting there, staring at a screen, trying to solve a really stupid problem. That just kind of breaks my brain in a way. So by the time I've logged off, I can barely think. And then I just end up going online, playing video games and streaming it. And even then, the other day, I misread the word Leon and said lemon. That's the point where my brain just, I know it's like I've been working too much today. I've been thinking too much today. Of like sitting down and thinking kind of thing.
I completely get you, because I feel like 9 to 5 jobs or like any sort of variation, 8 to 4, 10 to 6. You know, they are I don't want to say the worst because I work one, but no, they are mentally draining. Like, people are like, oh, you only work like, you know, 8 to 4. How are you? You've got the rest of the evening free. You can do something. But it's not, because for those,
I don't know what
6
to
hours.
Do for those times.
Yeah, but also for those 6 of this 8 hours, I am constantly using my brain.
Yeah,
you know, and I guess, you know, even in the ER, you're using your brain,
but you're physically moving.
You're physically moving and you're facing different things.
Yeah,
you know, like, yes, you have a patient, but then you're also doing something else, and you're also doing something else, and it
keeps your brain and body active.
Yeah.
While I'm just sitting here using my brain doing nothing else.
Like, yesterday I was on the phone to someone, and instead of saying whistle, I said whittle.
Yeah.
My brain was so tired. I just couldn't comprehend anymore.
The worst is when you've been in meetings all day, because that happens to me.
I had a 4-hour meeting.
Oh god.
And it was like, so it was meant to be 8 hours, meant to be a full day, but then we were like, no, we're gonna host it online, so we're gonna do it over 2 days.
Yeah.
So it was 4-hour meeting on Tuesday, 4-hour meeting on Wednesday, and then on Thursday I went into the office. So we're only meant to go in 2 days, but I went in for 4 days that week.
Yeah.
So I went in on Thursday, and I just had the biggest migraine. So I literally like I went in at 8:30. I literally sat by my desk for like an hour and a half, replied to some emails, and I just could not physically do something. So at like 10:30, I like messaged my line manager being like, I'm going home.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to bed.
Yeah,
because I cannot. And then my team leader, who was also in those 4-hour meetings, you know, she was like, "Are you tired? I felt really tired." I'm like, "Girl, me too."
It's the meetings. It's the social interactions. It's have you heard of like the I don't remember what it's called, but it's like the money thing where it's like every day, so introvert extrovert kind of thing,
right?
And introvert starts the day with 5 coins.
Okay.
Every social interaction they have, they spend a coin or like half a coin and stuff like that.
An introvert.
An introvert. Every interaction they lose some form of currency,
right?
Like out of their total amount. By the end of the day, they end up with either 0 coins or like 1 or 2 coins.
Maybe negative if that's an option.
Well, that's the thing. Like an introvert has to think about like how they're going to spend their coins in a way. So it's like either they'll do this interaction or that interaction. So at work, whenever I go into the office, because I usually go into the office on the less busier days,
right?
Because I know for a fact I won't be able to interact with anyone. So it's like I'll interact with my team members, which I'm fine with doing. That's like a few coins. And then the meetings I have, because Tuesdays, the odd days I go in, seem to be the days always that have meetings. So it'll be like I would rather be in the office for those because I'll be awake.
Yeah.
And those will be another set of coins. So during lunchtime, I'm just kind of like, I'm going to sit at my desk, watch YouTube, and not talk to anyone to kind of reserve some of those coins. While an extrovert is the opposite. Every social interaction they have, they gain coins. So by the end of the day, they're coin rich, but then the next day comes and all their coins are gone.
Yeah.
So they have to rebuild those coins. Well, it's the opposite for an introvert kind of thing. So I think that's a cool analogy of like stuff.
No, I completely understand that, you know, because I don't even know if I'm an introvert or an extrovert. I think I'm like selectively vert, if that's the thing.
Yeah, so
you know, an ambivert I think is the word that they use.
Yeah.
But like I'm the same. I don't go in on days when I know there's gonna be people in because it doesn't really bother me. Because I've chosen, so we're hot desking at work. And my desk, which I've kind of just made my desk now because I book it in before anyone else does, and I've kind of put all of my like folders there, you know, everything that I need is there. But that desk is like in the far corner of the office with like no one else around me. And well, one, it works because like if I need to focus on something that I don't have that kind of like social interaction of like, oh, you know, what are they talking about? What do I need to do there? No, I'm just completely focused. But also because like I don't really like small talk.
Yeah, we talked about this. In the next episode, people will hear about this small talk.
So, and then same with lunchtime. So usually like Tuesdays. So Tuesdays used to be the day where like everyone sits together for lunch, and also Thursdays.
Oh, for me it's Wednesdays. Everyone's in our office on the Wednesdays.
For us it's Thursdays. Most people are in on Thursdays. And I just sometimes I just sit at my desk. I'm like, I don't really want to go to the canteen because I know if I go to the canteen, I'm going to have to speak to people. So I just sit at my desk, you know, put on some YouTube, put my AirPods in and just eat lunch at my desk because I'm like, I just want some me time. I want to reserve those coins.
Yeah, and then I come home, get onto my PC, and then I end up going onto Twitch because those are one of the days I stream and stuff like that. So I'll just end up playing by myself online or with like my friends online and stuff like that.
But you see, that's really good because you get that time to kind of regenerate those coins.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah.
When I get home, you know, like, my sister's asking me something, my mom's doing this, you know, and it's just like, by the end of like the day, I am so mentally drained to like, I have no coins left. I probably pull some out of my chain, like my pocket, you know, because
that was another analogy. So you can either just run out of coins or take some from the next day's reserve.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. Yeah, that's what I had to do for like some of the times when I go out and stuff. It's like, all right, I really want to go. Because I know I'll enjoy it once I get there. It's just spending the coins to muster up the energy to go is the difficult part.
Yeah.
So it just depends on moods and stuff like that as well, and like who's going to be there, who I'm going to be talking to, and stuff like that. So sometimes I can gain coins for them from those interactions as well if it's a good time I'm having.
If it's a good time, yeah.
Yeah.
It all depends. But festivals are a good time.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
We talked about a lot of stuff.
We talked about a lot of things. So we went on a lot of sidetracks.
Yeah. But we should probably start wrapping up.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is going to be the first official episode.
Yes.
We will release another episode, and we'll say it's the first episode, but it's not really.
It's not really the first episode.
Just ignore that. So yeah, this was supposed to be just an introduction to us and like what we did recently, and just going off on tangents. It was enjoyable.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll be releasing every week, hopefully.
Hopefully.
And yeah, this was Desi Diaries. I'm Neha.
Episode 1.
My name's Neha.
I'm Dristy.
And hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and we'll see you next week. Right. Bye, everyone.